Some of our PPE, I'll get into this a little bit. This is kind of our flow here is, we've got sealing material, and then we're getting into application and PPE and preparation here. This is a rope ladder for accessing accessing grain bins that may be pulled down and not high enough, don't have an internal ladder. So this will allow us to get down to the grain mass where we can do the direct application and put eyes on the grain mass to make sure it's not wet, and to make sure we've got a good place to put those pellets or tablets into, so we're not going to cause a fire that way. What we call utility ropes. So these are ropes that we'll use on top of on a grain bin, for example, to pull up recirculation tubing up the side of a 100-foot tall grain bin, or pull up materials if there's no other way than a ladder to access the top of those. We'll use the rope to pull materials up. We'll even use the rope sometimes to pull up cases of fumigant. This is a Lifeline rope. You can see these are a specific diameter. They're designed to work in conjunction with a rope grab and a D-ring system on our harness. But basically for confined space entry, grain fumigation, aerial work, ladder work, we're strapping on a Lifeline harness. The way this sets up is we put our harness on, we've got a D-ring that makes a connection to the harness, the latches on, and then we've got the rope that is the right diameter for your rope grab that lays in here. This tightens up and then goes into your D-ring. So if we were doing a large grain bin fumigation, this allows us to allow slack. So while we're working inside a grain bin or while we're working on an inclined surface on top of a grain bin, this allows us to tie off on top and rappel down the side, and then we can lock that so we can work with our hands and seal vents on top of the bin. Sometimes a client may have a non-bin entry policy where they just don't allow you to go in the grain bin, so we have to seal them from outside. This is a lanyard, like if you were working in an aerial lift, that you can clip off to the appropriate spot on the basket, and then this would also click to your harness or click behind you. This is an expanding or a deceleration device. So yeah, it will take some of that shock out if you were to fall. As a part of your program, you're inspecting the integrity of these types of products all the time, every time before you use it. We depend on this equipment for our lives, and if something were to happen, we want to make sure that it is going to work when we need it. So, a lot of us have families that we love very much and want to come home at the end of the day, and safety is a major focus for our company. So, you want to make sure that this is almost a separate program. PPE, self-contained breathing apparatus, that is a separate program that almost has to be run independently. So, and training, so everybody is using it properly.